Good evening. This is Professor Von Casimir here, continuing with our Kerbal Career, and it is time for us to land a Kerbal on the Moon. Our original mission plan had been to send a pilot and a scientist down in a first one's transfer for the getting to the Moon. They would move over into a lander stage, which would then land. Do the science, take back off, and rendezvous with the return stage to return back to Kerbin. We didn't get very far in this plan, preparing for it because there was much of a brouhaha and outrage going on in the astronaut complex. Much fighting, name-calling, food throwing between our four top astronauts. They all wanted to be the first ones to step foot on the Moon. Jebediah says that he is the most popular pilot with the program from all his space tours, and he should be the first one on the Moon. Valentina says no, she's the better pilot, and Bob only trusts flying with her. She should be the first on the Moon. Bill says no, this is an engineering thing. He needs to make sure and inspect the ship once it's landed, and he needs to be the first one. And Bob says, of course, this is a scientific endeavor. I need to be the first one to explore the Moon undisturbed. So, after much continuous name-calling and food throwing and fighting, we've got a new plan. The Artemis IV. And let's see, let's load up. You go into here. Are the Artemis IV, which will carry all four of our flag, the Artemis IV, for moon landing. All four of our top Kerbals. And again, since none of them could decide who would be the first and whatever, we'll let them decide on the way. We'll pack lots of stuff. And they need a pilot. They chose Miranda. Valentina has been training her well, and Jebediah was agreed with this. He made some comment that we weren't able to catch because then Valentina had given him a black eye. But we are all agreed now, ready to launch. Okay, let's get our map view ready so we can watch our ascent. And here we are, Artemis IV, and so we've got Miranda piloting, and inside our four top astronauts, Jebediah, Bill, Bob, and Valentina. And of course, they're all going together, but to actually set foot, we've packed them some board games, so that they can play some games and decide, let the game settle, who should be the first one to actually set foot on the Moon. Okay, is everybody ready? They'll have about a day's worth of travel time to the Moon for them to decide, finalize. 3, 2, 1, go. So for them to finalize and decide who will be the first one to actually set foot. But they will all be there, available and ready to set foot in the same mission. First mission to land Kerbals on the Moon. We've got Miranda piloting, and Valentina's been training her well, but with these big ships, they take some patience. So yes, Miranda's a little bit nervous, piloting the top 4 astronauts. So she's being a bit extra cautious. Stage it out. You got to turn over some more. Rocket needs to go sideways to get into orbit, not just straight up. To gain horizontal speed. Easy, easy. We're just watching that now while I'm trying to turn over easy without flipping. Going too far off course. We don't want a big inclination change to have to be done to line up with the Moon. see, what is our... Okay, actually we are going up pretty high and fast. Okay. I think... a lot of traffic up there from from rescued Kerbals and their derelict ships. Okay, so yeah, we're definitely going to have to burn hard over, since Miranda, you were being a bit too cautious there with our ascent. Alright, throttle up some to get the vectoring of the engines to assist with the turnover. Jeb and Val are just happy to not be piloting. I mean, well, actually, why would they? They're probably happy to be missing it from the other side. Actually, they're happy to not having to worry about it being their responsibility for blowing up the ship. That's what they're happy about. If the ship blows up, it's not their problem. They didn't do it. Okay, we've got to really turn over here and start burning horizontal. Next stage is almost out. Let it go. And why is it rolling? Miranda, why did you set it into a spin? Alright, at this point, this maneuver node is all wonky. We just need to keep burning. Try to raise up here. Okay, that's... but your apparatus is awfully high there, Miranda. Let's try to... Can you stop the spin? Do you not have enough... Oh yeah, that's right, we didn't want the ship wobbling from trying to do too much reaction wheels in different parts. To raise up this periapsis some. Ooh, actually, that's right. Okay, 70. Good. Okay. Good job. Everybody's thrilled here. Who else is thrilled? Anybody else not thrilled? Everybody's thrilled. Okay, gang, take a breather. Now, next step. Where's our lights? Our rocket's lights. Let's see. Next step is to plan our course for the month. So we want to burn around over here and head straight up like that. Alright, let's see what that gives us. Okay, well that will definitely drop off that stage. Actually, was this stage? Yeah, this is the stage to get us there. Not a lot of fuel left, and then this stage is to as we decelerate, we then transfer fuel as we need. Well, we can also transfer. This is an extra fuel tank to transfer between whichever engines need the additional fuel. And so yeah, we go like that, and then we drop off, because that's in an acceleration, and then we can drop off that stage and then establish. Let's try to line up more into an equatorial orbit. It's so okay. So that's a 41-second burn. Let's go ahead, Miranda. Let's start to turn and line it up. Okay, yeah, you turn them that way because there's your starboard side. Oops. Don't miss that node. Come on. You've got 20 minutes to line up. We'll probably have to realign after we come around to it. Okay. Okay, good job there. Now let's get back to this view. Alright, Marina, let's get ready and warp over to this maneuver. Zoom, zoom, zoom. Those lights always flash. Alright, so 41 seconds, so we'll do about 25. That way we can slow down as we get close and not overshoot it. Alright, so about 25 seconds out, or maybe we should do 30. 30 seconds out, that's when we'll do our burn. So we can slow down as we get close to it and not overshoot. Okay, let's go focus back on the moon so we can watch as we line up. Is everybody ready? In 3, 2, 1, burn. Oh yeah, we'll have fuel left over in this stage. Actually, we'll have enough fuel left over, then maybe we do need to skip past the one to establish the orbit, get a suborbital and then raise it back up, or... Alright, let's see, we're getting close. Let's start to throttle down to... Oh, nope, that stage is out. Okay, so now we transfer some fuel so we can finish burning. Okay, so we will drop this stage. Almost there. There we go. Okay, good job. Let's put the fuel we didn't use back in here. Okay, now we turn, since we shot mostly prograde, we'll turn retrograde to ditch the decoupler. We'll kick this one further into the mun while kicking us away, and then we'll have to do some adjustments, make sure we swing by close instead of crashing into the mun. Easy into it. Alright, about right there should be good. Ready, and... separate. Yep, it pushed us out a little bit. So now, to just burn a little bit more, Throttle just a little bit. Okay, 16,000, that should be good. Make a low orbit around the Mun. Okay, let's plan our next maneuver to get into orbit around the Mun. Need to burn. Let's see. We drop down to a nice low like that for making descent. There'll be a 30-second burn. Let's line up to our maneuver. So we'll be ready against the Cordon Armada. What was that? Looks like a starfighter. The Cordon Armada. Okay, that's good maneuver node, and that'll be in 1 day, 2 hours. Okay, crew, you have 1 day to play some board games, decide for yourselves who is going to... Ooh, what's out of that window? Oh, that's Kerbin down below there. To decide for yourselves who will be the first to step out onto the Mun. Oh, that's from your side of the... Okay, we'll leave you there. Catch up with you in a day. Okay, we are back with our 4 Kerbals and their pilot Miranda, quickly approaching the Mun, ready to get into orbit in about 7 minutes. Let's see here, crew. How has the board games and decision for who will be first to step on the Mun been going? You've had a day to decide. Let's see the reports. Let's see. First game wound up with Jebediah getting punched, Bill getting poked in the eye, and Bob getting slapped or spanked. Okay, until Bill took the instruction manual away and told Valentina that's not how you play rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Let's see. Next, they tried Monopoly. Everybody wanted to be the top hat, and so they went to roll the dice for it, and the dice roamed all over the cabin, and everybody said that their number was up. Bob explained to everybody that they are in weightless freefall, and there is no up in space. At which point they started to spin Bob around and ask him which way is up. Okay. Okay, that's okay. The rest of this list, they are just looks like they haven't decided yet. So we shall see maybe when we land on the Mun if they can finally make a decision. Let's see, our left off. Our burn time was 30 seconds to get into orbit here. Let's focus on the Mun. 30 seconds to get into a nice tight orbit to make the descent down to the Mun. Okay, let's speed up some and get up to that 30 seconds, about 15 seconds before we will want to burn. Coming up soon. 1 minute and a half. Okay. Let's not miss it, everybody. Yes, everybody's excited to finally have even more fights over who's going to go land on the Mun first. Let's see. Let's start now burning so that we can do some fine adjusting as we get closer. So that we can throttle down as we get closer to making orbit. I'm getting close. Let's throttle down some. Make sure we don't land too soon. Is that good? That's pretty good. I'll bring it a bit lower. 16, 13. Okay, that should be good enough. Alright, everybody. You are in orbit of... Where'd you go? There's the Mun. And we are beginning to pass onto the night side of the Mun. Okay, so the plan, well, we can refuel these tanks here with our spare tank. Good. We have more than half enough in our spare tank for our descent down to the moon. Okay, now let's plan where are we going to land. Where does everybody think we should land? How about... Now let's see. If we land in this nice crater, it's along our elliptical orbit. Kind of angle at the sun, but we won't be able to see Kerbin from there. Even though Kerbin's at nighttime. Well, actually, that might be we land somewhere over here. No, we don't want to land. We want to land somewhere in one of these craters flat, but there's nowhere we see yet along. Well, let's see. The sun's not that high up. Let's see. Where's the sun straight up and down? Because we don't want to land straight up and down, or else we won't be able to use our shadow to judge. Actually, maybe we can land in this crater. It's at an angle, so that we'll be able to see elongated shadows of the craters and our lander as it comes down. Although it looks like we would get a bit of the same effect in this crater. Although from here, what type of view of Kerbin would we have? It would be looking straight up at Kerbin. Alright, does anybody care about Kerbin? We'll try to land in this crater. Okay, so we have... Where are we? Have we passed it yet? Add a maneuver in about a minute to do a descent and come down about... not crashing into that side of the... Let's see if we come down about there. That should be able to do it. What do we think? And only 1 second burn. That's pretty good. Okay. We're going to go ahead and spin us around for that type of a descent. And then we will begin our approach to the moon. And everybody's excited. What, Miranda, why are you freaking out? Are you freaking out? You're worried you're going to crash and kill everybody? I think Jebediah is prepared for that. Jebediah, every day is a day to prepare to crash. Assume crash positions. Estimated burn in about 1 second. So let's speed up to 1 second. Okay, let's bring it on down. That should be good enough. Good enough. And, oh, let's refill the tanks again. Okay, that was sprung like a sneeze of fuel. Go across 4 tanks. Oh, okay. Okay, let's prepare by putting down our landing gear. And, let's see, when we get around to about here, we will want to descend down into that crater. Looks like it should have a nice flat basin. It'll be about a 19-second burn, but more importantly, we need to make sure that we angle ourselves in that position so that we are already pointed in the direction we need to burn. Okay, let's go for it. We've got 5 lives in the balance. Coming around a mun. Let's see, can we see the sunrise over the crest, over the mountains? Okay, nav lights, you flash weird when we time warp. Oh, what is that little pixelated? Is that Minmus way out there? That could be Minmus way out there in the distance. Minmus, we will get to you next. After we land on the moon and take lots of science and have a big fight over who gets to step out first. And there's the sun. Yay! Let's see. Are we coming in low? Well, it's still 9,000. Okay, we should be high enough over the highest peaks of the Mun. Don't think we'll be crashing into any mountains just yet. But I think we're starting to come over into that crater. I'll be passing over the ridge soon. In 19 seconds, yeah, we could probably do that. Well, we'll probably go with that, have a burn, and then settle. Well, actually, the Mun, everything's rotated. Let's try for a more easier descent like that. And then we will begin, and then we'll do a refuel, and then do a more gentler descent down to the Mun. 13 seconds, so about 7. I wonder if we go a bit more gentler, that way we can slow down faster if we want to. Or we're close enough. Let's start. There we go. We'll start to head towards that side of the canyon. Okay, Miranda, from now on, you're going to be pointing, and let's rotate the craft here. Going to be pointing retrograde, so we can slow on down as we come down to the surface. And, well, we didn't really use a lot of fuel there. Well, as we get closer. And are we already passing into the canyon? Yes, we're already passing into the canyon. So, let's start to slow down some more. Should go about somewhere in the middle of the canyon there. Okay, now we need to start to... Well, we need to slow down some more, because we don't want to hit the Mun that fast, but we also don't want to miss our... There we go. That should be good there. Let's keep burning to decelerate. Okay, we're down to about 100. Or we can go... No. Let's... Alright, we're coming down anyways. Did we rise ourselves up? Ah! That's only kicked up a little. Okay, well, give us some time. We came down to 84 meters per second. We still need to fall some more. Let's refuel these tanks. Start to point towards... Okay, yeah, we raised ourselves back up. That was not very good. Miranda, yeah, that's why you're looking worried there. Don't worry. Are the two pallets, Jev and Val, they're too busy being excited to pay attention to your descent. Okay, let's get back around until we're doing a descent. There we go. And we'll keep these fuel transfers up so we can transfer away the last bit of fuel before we dump. And where are we going to land? Okay, just outside craters, according to that map. According to this, hopefully not on a slope of a tiny little crater. Not on any crater slope. Let's land flat. And let's see, can we keep these things pointed out so that as we start to come on down, they'll keep transferring in? Yeah. That should work. Alright, everybody. Everybody's happy. Let's see, does anybody have a good view? Oh, this is not transferring. Transfer around. Actually, there's no good view. Let's see what the view is like. Oh, there's the moon. The Mun edge coming up over there. Let's see. How much further? Still a bit, we're coming down good. We want to make sure. Use up every drop of this we can. Alright, I think we're coming down. Let's fall a bit. Because these engines have got good thrust to decelerate us. Yeah, pretty swiftly if we need to. Oh, come on, buddy. Okay, now that's out. Now we can get rid of that. And when that crashes, we'll be able to see about how high up we are above the actual surface. Even though we could also check our radar guide and Marina's cockpit. Actually, we're just descending a bit too. I mean, we're slowing down a bit too fast. Okay, that was what, 700, so about 2100 meters. Oh yeah, these engines, they got the thrust enough. Yeah, all four of them. Decelerate us smoothly. And this nice flat territory. Yes, looks like a nice flat territory. Alright, Miranda, bring us down smoothly. And you'll make Valentine proud. And Jebediah jealous. 9 meters. Getting closer above the surface. 7, 6 meters per second. Almost there. 4 meters per second. 3 meters per second. This is going to be a beautiful touchdown. At just 2 meters per second. Beautiful touchdown. The Artemis IV with our 5 Kerbals. Touchdown. Now, decision time. Alright, who is going to step out first? Let the fistfights begin. And Valentina is starting to climb to the thing. And what do we know? All of a sudden, Miranda hops out first. She takes a jump while they're all fighting. It winds up being Miranda to set the first one first on the mun. Alright. Everybody else is all fighting over who gets to go first, and Miranda hops out first. And everybody's like, what? Valentina's like, yeah. Bill's like, alright. Finally it's over, and Bob's like, let me get out and do my science. Okay, well, let's see, Bob, before you get out and do some science, let's do... Oh, we can do a crew report from here. Alright, well then somebody's going to have to climb on in. Bob, why don't you go ahead and transfer up into here and give us a crew report, because we're here for science, aren't we? Alright, crew report from the far side crater. Keep that. And, alright, Bob, while you're in the control here, let's do the rest of our science. Material bay. From the far side crater. So you have a sneaking suspicion, and then we get lab clean again. Well, Bob, you're the scientist, you might be able to get it clean again. Let's see, open up these doors here, and let's see what type of science we got in here. Temperature. On the far side. Temperature data from this environment. Let's see. Mystery goo. We have goo's less dense here on the far side crater. Alright, Bob, we are collecting some good science to bring back home. That's okay, that's all the blocks we got. Okay. Now, next, Bob, why don't you give us a EVA? Alright, come on out here. EVA, Bob. Let's see, and does this count as a from space just above? Okay, we'll collect that and go ahead and put that back. Now, time for your surface. Ah, Bob. Seriously? Even in the low gravity of the Mun, you can't fly right. Alright, let's take a surface sample out here. What do you say? Surface sample. Melted byproducts here. By intense pressures and heat. Are you taking a surface sample of our spare fuel tank we dropped on the surface? Okay, it is soil sample. Even from the surface, the dust is getting everywhere from the far side crater. And alright, Bob. Well, actually, here, Miranda, you're the one who piloted everybody here and survived. Why don't you go ahead and plant that flag? This is from the far side crater. This is the Artemis IV far side crater. And what should we say? Aha. Miranda will say, we came in peace, not in pieces. Unlike other missions. Alright. How about a group photo? Alright, now, Jeb, Val, Bill, your turn. Your turn now to get on out. And join everyone for a group photo. That's good. Who else do we need here? Jebediah. Bonk. Everybody's bonking on down. Look at you running there. Say, excuse me. Yes, I'm stepping in front. And we last need Bill. Come here, Bill. Join everybody over here. There we go. Good, Bill, get in position. Good job, everybody. Let's take a screenshot here of our ship off to one side of the flag. Alright, everybody say cheese to the cameras on Kerbin. Okay, so now next step is everybody back on board. Now we can fly around some here. Let's explore, huh? Actually, can we see Kerbin from here? Nope. We can't. That's why we're on the far side. Alright, Bill, testing out the limits of the EVA pack. Right here on the Mun's low gravity. Well, we already got an EVA report from space, and Bob did that one. He's got the more experience with taking scientific reports, other than Bill's report here of simply a wee. And it's time for some Kerbal bowling. Valentine says, Bill. And Bob says, hey, don't you knock her over. Alright, come on. We got science to return back home, huh? Let's get back inside. Hold there. Climb aboard. One on board. Who's next? Jebediah. Alright, time for you to climb back on board. And Jebediah, you want to fly now. You want to fly back home, don't you? Alright, you'll get to fly back home. And next, Valentina. Get aboard. And that's the flag. Bob. Let's see, Bob. Well, you know what? Should we collect the science? Because, we will... I mean, actually, well, the whole thing's returning back to Kerbin. But, just to be on the safe side, why don't you collect... And did we, restore, did we collect... Take that data. Did we take... Hey, when are you falling down? Did we take from a type of low orbit around the Mun scientific data? Well, we'll have to try again. That's why we just collected all that. What are you doing? Will you stop that? Stop climbing. Grab a hold. Alright. Store all that experiment data. And get back inside here. Alright, go back inside. Valentine's waiting for you. And last one, last but not least, Flag. No, last but not least, Miranda. Alright, you landed safely, but now Jebediah, since he didn't get to step out first, he stole the cockpit. Okay, everybody is on board. Let us close the service bay. Yeah, that was it. Close the service bay. And, are we ready to leave the Mun? I think we are. Did we... Oh yeah, we got our contract for planting a flag. Our target's flag has been planted at the Mun. Nicely done. Ooh, nice. Some nice funds. And reputation. Alright, everybody. Let's see. When we take off, which way do we want to go? We want to go that way. Kind of out to 90 degrees. And... He's ready with got some good thrust on this thing. Shouldn't take much to get back into orbit. Ready to leave in 3, 2, 1, go! And go ahead and start to turn over there to dial. You can close up the landing gears. That matters. And oh yeah, see that's real easy to get into an orbit here. Get up to about 10,000. To avoid any high mountains, and well, even 12,000 is good. In about a minute, we'll want to burn, make a orbit. Any orbit is good. About a minute till orbit. Now, so yes, let's see here if there's any additional. Oh, we didn't take that out. How come we don't... Oh, we can do a crew report from here. In space, near... Okay, no, I guess we did already do these things. In space, near. How about this one? In space, near. Yeah, we already did in space, near. And what about the temperature? Do we do temperature in space, near? Yes, okay, we already did from when they orbited to drop that probe. Okay, so good enough. We got a bit of science. Ah, there's Kerbin rising above. Let's screenshot that. And let's make sure we're not missing our burn. Oh, well, this is good enough because really, it's not like we have an atmosphere to deal with, and not like we have a shortage of fuel. Alright, get into a circular, at least, kinda. Good enough. Alright. Good enough, because next, actually, I think we can just start burning from about here to get back to Kerbin. Right? Break Mun. And keep going down like this. Twist that around, head out at that angle, and that'll drop us pretty steeply. Maybe not so steeply. I don't think we want that steeply. Let's target for, let's say about 25 or so, or 30. 11, too little. 18, 21, 28. That should... We don't want to come... Okay, we'll see. 28, that should be good. That should be good enough. Alright. Did I point towards that node? About 4 minutes. Yeah, so we got plenty of fuel here. We might even need the rest of that fuel to decelerate as we descend through. We packed a lot of parachutes, but we need to make sure we slow down some more as we descend through the atmosphere. So let's accelerate out here. About 7 seconds out is when we need to burn. But then again, we want to do a bit earlier so that we can make sure we come in gently and pick our... So we can slow down near the end to make sure we line up just where we want it. Just like that. We'll just watch it here. Yeah, we still got plenty of fuel. That should be good. What does everybody think? Think that should be good? Tibidai, were you giving us a wave? Yeah, that's good. Alright, everybody, say goodbye to the mun. Because we are heading home in about a day. Let's see. Yes, 1 day till we get back to Kerbin. Okay, everybody, we shall see you back then. For now, we shall see what other contracts are available. Okay, everybody, here we come. We're approaching back down to Kerbin. Let's see, where is our expected landing? Oh, well, we come in around there. It's going to take a while to descend. We're going to miss the Space Center. Let's see if we can't maybe decelerate quicker. Maybe we can land? No, because we'll be... After we pass Periapsis, is probably when we'll really begin our... Can we do anything crazy like that? No, that's too crazy. Alright, everybody, that's too crazy, Jebediah. Don't do that. We're going to miss the Space Center. That we know. But, hopefully at least, if we make it in one piece. Alright, which way do we need to point to keep our heat shield pointed towards the heat of re-entry? We'll need to point that way to keep our heat shield pointed that way. And let's accelerate here until we hit the atmosphere and then start burning in. And burning meaning our heat shield burning, not ourselves. Actually point retrograde here, Tibediah. We got enough electrical to hold this position. And, well, actually, what if we do start burning? No, once we start getting through the heat, if it seems like we're coming in too hot, too fast, that's when we'll want to use our remaining fuel. Unless, oh, and there we go. We're already coming in hot. How's that look from, here at the top of the camera? Oh, look at that fire. No, you are not falling into the gates of hell. Or, for criminals, would it be Kel? No, that is just, atmospheric re-entry. Whoa, and stuff is actually heating up. Alright, let's see if we can't, oh, the landing gear. Ooh, we might lose that landing gear. Then we might need to land in the ocean. See if we can't help slow ourselves down instead of the atmosphere doing it all for us. Okay, that was a... Come on, if we can land at the Space Center, that would just be awesome. Now, wanted it, everybody? If we could land at the Space Center. You're in stunned silence. Why are you in stun silence? Alright, we're going to use a blast that field, but we're not going to make it to the Space Center. Unless... Come on, keep decelerating there. Nope, we're overshooting it. We're definitely overshooting it and using a blast that fuel. Nope. Alright, we overshot it. We're going to the ocean. But at least we're landing on the same hemisphere as the Space Center there, huh? I mean, there's something for that. To land closer enough to it. No, we don't need those temperature gauges. We think we're always landers. Even though we won't need them, since we're landing in the ocean. Everybody's in stun silence. Come on, Jebediah, I thought you thought this part was exciting. What's it look like out there? No, is that why everybody's in stun silence? Because there's nothing to see? Come on, flames are exciting. Well, Jebediah doesn't see any flames. You all are just in stun silence. We're going down. We're making it. We're not burning up yet. Speeds dropped down to 1,500 meters per second. That's pretty good. Still high enough. We'll land in the ocean. That should be a softer landing, right? Then. Yeah, Jebediah, you're getting excited again. Alright, Jebediah's doing his dance. That must be a good sign. Or actually not. That's Jebediah does a dance in the most dire of situations. Okay, well we finished through the... Oh, we didn't even use that much ablator. See, everybody, we're fine. I mean, we almost lost these landing gears. But, ocean, don't need them. Actually, is that the parachutes which look like they got a bit heated up? These are safe. The one on the top is safe. Okay. We are doing good. Bill, you're looking concerned. Is it because Jebediah hasn't pulled the parachutes yet? Jebediah, what are you waiting for with the parachutes? I think it is time for the parachutes. Why don't you go ahead and open all those parachutes? Because we hope we put enough. Oh, those parachutes look like they're a bit heated up. Maybe we should have saved some fuel if the parachutes aren't enough. Jebediah, you're living on the edge, aren't you? Actually, we can turn off that SAS because the parachutes will help point us in the downward position. Okay, parachutes, don't fail us. Alright, that's a good deceleration. 5 meters per second. There we go. Alright, yeah, now Bill's excited again. Because you're going down safely for the Artemis IV. It's 5 Kerbals, not 4. But it's the 4th Artemis. 4th exploration of the Mun. Returning safely to Kerbin to bring back a lot of science. And then to see how much science we get. Other than a lot. Alright, let's speed up this descent here, but we're almost there. Everything's fine. 40 meters. 30. 20. 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. Good splashdown. Oh, and good staying buoyant. That is a good staying buoyant. Alright, let's recover. Alright, look at here, 398 science. Are we gonna get 2 more? Make it an even 400? Alright, but we got 466 science to spend. Good job. Good job, Bob. Oh, we got some good funds recovered. Ooh, 93% of their value from landing closer to the Space Center. And crew, everybody Oh, Miranda, you gain a lot. Well, I guess because you flew. And these people, all of them, they already orbited the Mun at least once. Ooh, and a lot of reputation. All right, good job, everyone. Let's spend some science. We'll finish that in this episode because this will be our last episode in the series. Well, let's spend the science first, and then we'll get to that. Heavy rocketry, bigger rocket systems, and smaller rockets. Advanced construction. I don't think we need, but we were looking ahead, and we would like the regular size docking ports because they're going to be better when we start to build more space stations, as our contracts have been requesting. That's going to be 160, but we first got to break through 90. Actually, if we just, let's see, these solar panels, yeah, because those, they can orient themselves towards the sun, instead of us having to always make sure that we use enough of the flat panel ones to point towards the sun. Probes, I don't think we need these probes yet. Well, we only got, let's see, 160 and another 160. That would be 320. And we need this 90. That would be like what, 410? Right? Okay, that's not. So we're only going to be able to get one of these and two of these. So I think we definitely want the dock. Let's see, let's take some iron for propellant. That would be good also. But I think, the science lab. Because if we want to put it orbiting, that's going to be one of our next plans for the Artemis missions, and even the go to Minmus. These will be the Selene missions. And if we put a science lab in orbit, then we'll be able to bring back our long-term ongoing research, check back scientists and transmit the results. But I think this can improve science collected, right? So if we collect science on the Mun, bring it up to science, process it, and then transmit it, that will be orbiting science station around them. So like that. Although this gives us a better lander can and 3 crewed, so we don't have to keep stacking a bunch of pods oddly to get more Kerbals in one go. That's a definite plus. Monopropellant tank, no. Oh, bigger landing gear. Really big heat shield. No. More plane parts. No. More plane parts. No. Okay, so science lab, 1 pods, but then that won't give us our docking ports. Okay, well, we definitely want to work towards those docking ports, so let's spend that one. 370. So yeah, that will only give us 2. Yeah, 2 of these. Do we really need the heavy rockets yet, or the smaller? No. This is a yes, and then it's either this one or the science. Was there anybody else who gave us more science components? Where were we looking that we saw? Oh, didn't we already have another science? Oh, why didn't we stick that on our... Maybe we thought the barometer wouldn't work on the Mun, or we forgot it. Okay, well then we'll have to make another trip to that far side crater. But okay, Science Center, but we won't want to do this stuff unless we can build space stations. Okay, we need our space stations, and sticking a bunch of cans together versus science lab. You know, if we do a little bit more science, we should be able to have enough. Or if we do another small mission out to Minmus, if we send a rocket probe, and then while sending that probe, we can start to build a science station around the Mun. Okay, that sounds like the plan. We are going for that. Okay, good job there. And so, as we said, this will be our final episode, because while it has been pretty fun to do all this narration, giving a story to all these missions and stuff. It is quite time consuming, and having to wait for the proper time, such as when everybody else in the household is asleep, and more personal things will be coming up. So this is Professor Von Kazmarek, thanking you for your time, and have a good time. All right, thank you, and goodbye.